Hey guys, it's me Kiana and welcome back to my channel. It is the month of June, which means it is the month of Pride, and because of that I decided to do a video of all of the LGBT books that I personally own. You can see like from the empty spaces on my shelf that I own a shit ton of them, and let's go ahead and get started with the video. So of course we have to talk about Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. This follows a boy named Simon, and he lives in a very small town, and he is gay, but the only other person that knows about it is this guy named Blue, but that's not really his name. It's just a name that he uses when him and Simon email back and forth. One day, Simon leaves his email that he uses to contact Blue open on the school computer, and basically the school bully, Martin, reads the messages and basically threatens Simon, if you don't help me get with your friend Abby, I'm gonna expose you to the entire town that you are gay. I absolutely love this book. I typed it up when I reread it for the second time, and I think it's now time for a third reread because I love this book and I love Simon. When I read this both times, I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. We cannot talk about Pride without bringing up Magnus, Chase, and Alec Lakewood from the Mortal Instruments series, basically from the Shadowhunter world. This is the Red Scrolls of Magic, which is book 1 in the Elder's Curse, and in this we follow both Magnus and Alec as they go on a European trip, basically to get to know one another, and they basically now have to deal with the fact that 300 years ago Magnus jokingly made a coat to his father, and now he has to deal with the consequences of this. I read this month. I absolutely loved it. It was a 5 out of 5 stars, and I cannot wait for the other 2 books in this trilogy. But of course, Magnus is our pride baby, and I just love him. Then we of course have The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. We follow a girl named Molly who has a twin sister who is bisexual. And in this we follow Molly, and Molly has had 26 unrequited loves. She has seen her sister have many boyfriends and many girlfriends, and she has always wondered why it hasn't happened to her. And I reread this for the second time last summer. I reread this for the second time last summer, and I typed it up much like I did with Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. I absolutely love the representation that, Becky Albertalli does for every single one of her characters. And this, of course, was a 5 out of 5 stars. I feel like this is the last LGBT book I have personally read, and then the last 2 I haven't read. So we have, of course, What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Severo. We follow 2 people, Arthur and Ben, who are both gay. And Ben is from New York, and he meets Arthur on the way to the post office to basically deliver a box of all of his ex-boyfriend stuff. And he runs into Arthur, who believes in love at first sight, fate, the universe, all of that. And I read this in October. Absolutely loved it. Becky and Adam need to write another book together because it was absolutely amazing. 5 out of 5 stars. I still gush over this like, ugh. So then we have They Both Die at the End by Adam Severo. I have not yet read this, and basically from what I have heard people say is in this world you get a notification, you basically get a call on the day that you're gonna die, and you're put in this app that allows you to socialize with people who are gonna die on the same day as you. And what are their names? Mateo and Rufus are both gonna die on the same day, so they basically only have 24 hours to live. They meet up from this app and basically fall in love with each other. So yeah, I still haven't read this. I'm really excited. It's more like a darkish contemporary book, so I'm probably gonna save this for like September, October. But yeah. And then my last book goes to The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. And in this book, we follow a guy named Monty, and basically he's going on this trip on this boat with his best friend. And Monty is bisexual. From what people say, this is a very good representation of bisexuals, but I haven't really read that to know that for sure. But I am looking forward to this. So those are all of the LGBT books that I personally own. Some I have read, you can see 2 I have not. Comment down below any other ones, because I honestly love reading books that are LGBT positive. It is Pride Month, and I personally believe you are allowed to love whoever the hell you love, and nobody should tell you any differently. That is my personal opinion, and some people might not agree with me. Happy Pride Month, babies, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye, guys.